Well, hello. It's Saturday morning and it will be 3 weeks since I've seen you next Tuesday. So, yeah, just short of 3 weeks. I've had a rotten, well, it started off with a ghastly sore throat and course of antibiotics, resting. That's all I've done. So since I saw you last, I haven't been out. Tell a lie. The day after I saw you last, we walked round our block, and that's my little film for the week and for the episode. And I haven't been out since. It's just been bed for a week, pottering for a week. And then my friend Kay was due to come, and we have waited such a long time to see each other in the flesh. She did pop down for a day after Pete came out of hospital this time last year. But apart from that, we haven't seen each other in the flesh. And we'd organised for her to come, and she felt well. So I said, well, look, it's 2 weeks since I've had it. I'm just pottering indoors. If you want to come and potter with me. And I'm still looking after myself. But, feeling so much better. Anyway, so this episode is a little film. Yes, we walk round the block. I cook a ginger cake. I did that this morning. And I have a nice chat with Kay about our hobbies together. I've known Kay since 1973. We worked it out. And we did spinning together. So we're going to have a chat about that. I've got one ball of wool left. So that's one ball of my hand spun. And what else? I can't remember what else. Oh, crafting table. Shall we go straight over? I'm sitting here at my crafting table. But yesterday I filmed what was on it. So I'll put that up now. So what have I got to look forward to craft-wise, and what have I done? I've still got my jumper on. I haven't done any of it. Got to concentrate on the pattern. Haven't felt well enough to do that. So that is still in my bag. That will be done. I have knitted on the sock that I demonstrated how to knit a sock, and I'm nearly at the toe of the second one. Simple, mindless, isn't it? If you know how to knit socks, it is mindless. So that's been very relaxing whilst I've been unwell. I have a pile of fabric here that I'm going to make a quilt for somebody as a gift. And that I'm going to start very soon as the brain gets into gear. It's getting into gear. I'm feeling, oh yes, I want to get that done, but not quite yet. So that's on the table waiting to be done. And then there's a pile of fabric here that I have left over from the William Morris kit that I've been making. I've finished piecing the top. It's taken me 4 weeks to hand piece, and I'm very pleased with it. I love it. I've now finished it. So these are the fabrics that are left over from the kit. A nice amount. They give you a nice amount, I suppose, in case you make a mistake. So it's not, it's generous. So that will go into my stash, but I will put it all together. So I might have something in the pipeline for the future. So that leaves me with a couple of quilts to show you. I've finished one that I didn't even have in mind that I would make. But I was in bed and Lady So-and-so messaged me and said that Peter Rabbit have got, well, not Peter Rabbit, but there's a quilt, there's a fabric panel, and it is absolutely beautiful. The colours on it are just so authentic. They're really lovely, and I couldn't resist it, so I bought it. And I have it in mind who to give it to. It's a present. And so this is the back. I did that for the backing. You can see the colours on it. Really, really pretty. And then I just did it as the panel. Why cut up a panel? It seems pointless, doesn't it? Although funnily enough, I am going to cut that other one up and I'm going to position it how I want it. But this whole quilt is just the panel. So if you're a beginning quilter and you know you don't know where to start, how to put things together, you might consider a panel. I'll show you. The colours are beautiful. So I just went round each, it had a little border printed on, went round the border, did the little cornerstones. I'm thrilled to bits with it. And I think the person whom I'm giving it to will be thrilled to bits too. So that is a finished quilt. I'm really pleased. That took me 4 days of sewing, you know, on and off. Kay's here, we've been chatting, I've just been sitting, nothing to think about. You don't need any brain power to do that. Just go round the squares. Very pretty. And yes, I got that from Lady So-and-so. And I've finished the William Morris quilt. As I say, the piecing, not the quilting. Now, how am I going to show you this? I'm just going to have to stand up and show you. So I will take a photo of that and put it up so that you can see it, because it's too big now. It's 53 by 53. You've got the border, you've got the squares leading down into the quilt. You can see the effect on the photograph. And as I said, it's all hand pieced because that's how I enjoy doing it, just sewing the little bits together. And now it's going to be hand quilted. So I think that's what you would call an heirloom quilt. I'm very pleased with how it went together. The fabric's beautiful. She just popped this in the pattern. She just cuts it and pops it, but I like it to match. So on my corners, I have matched it there. I think that makes a little bit of a difference when you look at it. So that's my crafting table. I'm going to be quilting this. I'm going to be starting a new quilt, and I'm going to be getting on with my jumper and my socks. In what order and how long it takes me, it purely doesn't matter. We'll go straight over now and I'll have a chat with Kay, my lovely friend. And
Oh, damn it.
Well, we have had a dummy run, and what Kay found out was that she uses the word okay quite a lot. Well, it's her name, isn't it?
I didn't know you were even filming it already.
That's it. So we've come on to say hello.
Yeah. Hello, yeah.
That's it. And a special hello to Kate, her daughter, who works with a great bunch of people who we know watch.
Yeah.
And so it's a lovely hello to you all.
Yeah.
We met in 1973,
Yeah.
and Nicola, my daughter, was born in 72. Your daughter was born in 71, wasn't she?
68, 1.
68, one. Oh, yes, because Kim was born in 69.
Yeah.
And then your next daughter was born in 71. And I was sorry to put you on the spot. And my daughter was born in 72.
Yeah.
So we had 4 girls between us. And
Kate was born in 70.
70, yes, there we are. And Nicola was born in 72.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we've had holidays together. The girls know each other so well.
Yeah,
and it's been a lovely relationship for all these years. But we have got up to a few things, haven't we? But specifically, I wanted to come on and talk about one day Kay came to me and said, right, I booked us a course at Capel Manor in Enfield, where you live, and we're going to do some spinning.
Yeah, it was a lovely place. It was a great big old building, and they used to do different courses there all the time, didn't they?
Yeah, we did.
So we went along to this course.
Yes. And I just thought, no. Because all morning I couldn't do it. No two ways about it. I couldn't do it. There's Kay spinning away after a morning. We went off for lunch. I said, Kay, I think I'm going to go home. She said, no, stick it out. And in the afternoon, that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What a brilliant hobby we had for years and years.
Yeah.
And your husband made us both a wheel. And then we got into the dyeing. I mean, not like people do now, indie dyers.
Boiling up onions.
Yeah, boiling up onions.
Places smelt pretty bad, didn't they, at the time?
And beetroot, and
beetroot.
all of that, all the things from the hedgerows, we dyed our wool with, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then how did we get our fleeces?
I think we went to... Did we get it in Devon? Or
We might
Devon?
have got some fleece from
I
Devon.
think we did,
Yes.
actually, yeah. And then, because we carded it, didn't we?
Put it out in the front room on a sheet, and then card it all, and then spin it up.
It's so lovely, yeah.
You can't beat it.
And your hands get really great because of the lanolin in the wall.
And you actually taught it.
I did. I made my daughter Kate, I made her a really lovely jumper in natural colours of wool. And so it was grey, beautiful grey. Can't remember the name of the sheet now. But it was grey, and it had a white pony on because that's the pony she rode in Devon. And the mane was all loose and lovely. She loved it. I used to take that on my lessons, actually, to teach you what not to do when you've spent hours and hours and hours spinning and making a jumper, which was throw it into the washing machine. And of course, it came out doll size, you know.
Felted.
Oh, she was gutted. Yeah, felted. But it was a really good learning curve.
Yeah.
I've never done it again, so that's good.
So that was our spinning adventures, and we also went on holiday, and you know, Pete is an absolute loves horses, rode. He used to do 5-day rides and all of that. And I thought, well, you know, I want to do what he's doing, so I started riding too. I can honestly say I was scared stiff. I didn't like it. I'm not keen on horses at all. Other people go, oh, horses, how no, not me. But because, you know, he loved doing it, I did it. And we found this beautiful place. It was a riding stable. I said to Kay, who loves horses, let's go and have a holiday there. And we did.
Yeah.
And it was good fun, wasn't it?
It was brilliant. Yeah, absolute brilliant fun. But bearing in mind, we were in the middle of Dartmoor.
Yes.
And it was muddy, some days chucking it down with rain.
Whatever, we'd go out.
We'd go out, we went out every day, every day. So we're all kitted up on already mounted our horses, ponies and whatever, waiting for Pen.
So the
to
four
come in.
girls, our 2 husbands and us, you
And
know,
the
our
leader,
2 girls.
who was taking us out.
Oh yeah, would be Judy, or who else would
No,
go?
was it Susie?
Susie, and we'd all sing, "Hey, you're adorable, B, you're
That's
so
it,
beautiful."
yeah,
So
yeah.
we'd go out for the day, wouldn't
Yeah.
we?
So we're waiting. All of a sudden, we all went like that, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Who's this? Well, Horse of the Year show. I don't know if any of you are horse lovers. Horse of the Year show. There was Pen, kitted out, hacking jacket, tie, hairnet, white gloves on Devon, you know, thick mud, white gloves. Oh, you had a crop, you had everything, the works.
The reason I did that was because I was a nervous rider, and
I remember,
thought if I put it all on, you know, the tie and the hairnet and all of that, I've got pictures.
Well, that's what you said to me.
Yeah.
You know, I said to her, well, what on earth made you dress up like that? And she said, well, I thought if I looked the part.
Yeah.
Talk about a Horse of the Year show. You know, she'd have won Best Turned Out Person. But it was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So off we set.
Yeah, off we went. What happened then? I can't remember.
You
What
told
happened?
me earlier on. What did I say?
Oh, that's right. We're up on the top of Dartmoor in the middle of nowhere. And what did she say? Oh, I said, I've had enough. I've got to get off. I've got to get off. And we all looked at her. We thought, oh, crummy, it's going to take us hours to get back because we'd gone out on a day road.
Yeah.
But did she get off? Yes, she got off.
I got off.
She did get
You
back
just
on.
have to feel that ground and just say, let's calm down,
No,
let's calm down. And then I'm back on, and then they say, right, a long canter, and I'm off. And after that long canter, then I booked, honestly, I used to book up all the time, didn't I? You entered a gymkhana, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We had some great times.
Heaved me up. We had a good
great
old
times,
time.
weren't they? Yeah.
So we've done a lot together.
Yeah.
Lots of different hobbies, lots of different times together.
Yeah.
And now I haven't been well, and after a couple of years, because what with Pete and everything, finally, and I said, no, I'm not putting you off, and you said, I don't care, I'm coming down. So we've had a week of being in,
Yeah.
but
Doing a bit of
lovely view
crafting,
out the
haven't we?
window, and
Yeah.
we've been crafting together. Now, what have you been crafting? I've got it here. Hang on, I'll get
got
it.
it?
Kay's seen the, you know, Daisy and Grace, isn't it? And I've made, as you know, I've made Table Runner. I've made a lot of these. So this is a great one to start with because you've got all different shapes, haven't you? So this is what you've been doing while you've been here, apart from knitting Kate a jumper and some and a scarf and all these things.
Instead of having 2 things to do now, I've got about 4 things to do now, you know.
So this is what you're doing,
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
what I'm doing. That's how I started it.
Yeah.
And I'm turning the edges over. How far I've got at the moment.
Yeah.
You
It's
know.
going to look lovely.
Well, it will look nice. It's not standing on its head. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, thanks, Pen. Yeah,
So lovely to meet you on the camera.
Thank you, yeah. I can't remember.
Yeah, and you're going to come back in June, aren't you?
I am. Yep.
Yeah.
All
So
being
see
well,
you
that'd
there.
be lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Well, I'm not saying goodbye. I'm coming on again.
Oh, yeah, but I'm going
You've got
on.
to say, haven't you? Yeah.
You're going to kick me off now.
You're not going to be on the whole episode. What you're guaranteed with Kay is always a laugh. Such a laugh. And it's amazing, really, because Kay is in a lot of pain now, and she's a wheelchair user. And, you know, well done for keeping that sense of humour and coming down to see me. And I treasure it. I've treasured this week. It's been very special. So now, popping to the kitchen and making this ginger cake. Ginger and treacle tray bake. It's a Tate and Lyle's golden syrup, and it's their recipe. So you can Google it. Says this warm and mildly spicy ginger and treacle tray bake is perfect for sharing with friends and family. Soft texture and a layer of sweet icing. You don't have to put the icing on the top. It's up to you, of course. So let's go view ingredients. And here we've got them neatly set out. 225 margarine, I use butter. It says put it all in the bowl. 225 grams of, I use butter or margarine. Pure cane light Muscovado sugar, we want 175 grams. 200 grams of Black Treacle. 300 grams of all-purpose flour. I've used self-raising, I think that's what that means. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. A teaspoon of mixed spice. A teaspoon of cinnamon. I haven't got that, so I didn't put the cinnamon in. 4 eggs. 4 tablespoons of milk. And the balls of stem ginger in syrup, 3 pieces finely chopped. So that's my stem ginger. You know, I finely chopped 3 of those, and I use the Black Treacle. The recipe says put it all in the bowl and then put in your tray bake, buttered. I'll show you what that comes out like. Here it is in my tray, and I'm going to put it in the oven. It says preheat the oven to 180 degrees centigrade, 350 Fahrenheit, or gas mark 4. And mine cooks similar to a fan, which is always lower than the 180 centigrade, so I've switched my oven to 170. We'll see how it comes out. So here it is out the oven. My oven cooked that in 20 minutes. I'm very pleased with it. Looks lovely. And then in the bowl, I've got 75 grams of icing sugar, 50 ml of the liquid from the ginger syrup, and 3 balls of ginger. And I'm going to mix that together and pour it on the top. It says make holes all over the top of the cake. So here goes. And I always like to take my cakes out the oven when they're just cooked, because after all, they're going to carry on cooking, aren't they? And here it is. I perhaps could have cut the ginger up smaller, but hey, that's how it's gone. And now that icing is melting, because the cake's hot. It says put it on when it's just come out the oven. That will be cut into squares, popped in my freezer, and I think that will be very nice as a piece. We like to have something after our dinner with lovely warm custard or cream, or just on its own. We'll see. I'll let you know how it is. We'll have a taste. And here it is. It's worked out really well. Now, I'll let you into a secret. It's a funny secret. It's probably not one you even want to hear, but when I'm tired, feeling like this, you know, and pottering, as I say, last night before I went to bed, I put all the ingredients in the bowl. So they're all weighed out. Got up this morning. All I had to do was switch my mixer on, or if you do it by hand, just whip it up. It's quite cool in the kitchen overnight, and so all I had to do, was whisk it up. Whereas I find, you know, if you're feeling tired and you're pottering, to actually weigh it all out, mix it up, it takes some energy. So that's what I did last night. Pete said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Just before I go to bed, put it all in the bowl, especially if you've got an all-in-one, you know." And it did say, put it all in the bowl together. So I did. Showed you that. Baked it. My oven only took just over 20 minutes. And as I said to Kay, she said, "I think I tend to overcook cakes and they get a bit dry." And I said, "I always take mine out just when they're just cooked, because they're hot, aren't they? And they carry on cooking. They're quite delicate." Anyway, here it is. Pete says, "Oh, well, I like ginger." I think he will. And I'll cut it up and pop little bits in the freezer so he can have a nice bit of, I warm it up and he can have a bit with custard. Shall I taste it? It's soft, it's light, it's treacly, it's gingery. And if you like that sort of thing, it's not like parkin. Parkin can be quite heavy and sticky. This is a light cake, but still with that gorgeous warming flavour. And whilst, you know, baking, of course, I look out in my kitchen window onto the pond, and the birds are, they're on the pond now, but, you know, blackbird is washing and also looking out for the frog spawn and the newts. Yeah, because the newts are around. And of course, what do we have? A little egret on the pond. If you look at the first shot of that, you can see the big yellow feet it's got. Otherwise, I zoomed in, just looking out the kitchen window. So now it's time for the little film, which is round the block as usual, but it's about, we saw the horses and that was nice. We haven't been round the farm for quite a while because it can get muddy there. And anyway, I'll say cheerio, and I hope to see you before not too long. And you take care of yourselves. And thanks for joining me. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.